Okay, it's 7 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the February 16th agenda meeting, South Plainfield Mayor and Council. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's two official newspapers and also published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Here.
Councilwoman Mott? Here. Councilman Smith? Councilman Smith?
Here.
Gotcha. Councilman Watt?
Here.
And Council President White?
Here.
Thank you. Can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, there is a public hearing for the release of performance bond posted by Tommaso Grasso. There are no matters on for closed session this evening. We have the approval of council minutes for February 1st. We have two ordinances on for a second reading by title. There are 14 resolutions this evening. However, we do have the addition of one more. It will be number 21-90, titled Authorizing the Appointment of Justin Ditmars to the position of Supervising Mechanic, Level 1, at the rate of $38.79 per hour. And then we have three matters of correspondence, payment of bills totaling $243,547.30, council reports, and conclude with public comment. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council comments on agenda items?
Nothing?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
None you. No, sir.
Thank you. We are connected to the network. Okay, so we have a performance bond public hearing tonight. Release of the performance bond posted by Tommaso Grasso for public improvements to Block 365, Lot 14. Any council comments regarding the release of the performance bond?
None here, Mayor.
Nothing?
None, Mayor.
Okay, and everything is in order. At this point, I see Mr. Grasso is on the meeting. So at this point, we'll open it up for public comments regarding the release of performance bond for public improvements to Block 365, Lot 14. Again, if you're on the WebEx meeting, you can unmute yourself, state your name, wait until you're recognized, and then proceed with your address and your question. If you're on the audio-only line, *6 will unmute your line, same thing. State your name, wait until you're recognized, and then proceed with your address and your question. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments regarding the release of the performance bond for public improvements to Block 365, Lot 14. Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Mr. Grasso, you are... Mr. Grasso, you are on for tonight's public meeting. You do not have to stay if you don't want to, but clearly up to you. We have no executive sessions on for tonight. At this point, again, we'll open it up for public comments on any agenda items at this point. Again, same thing, *6 if you're on the audio-only line, or unmute yourself on the WebEx. Proceed with your name. Once you're recognized, your address, and state your question. Open up for public comments on agenda items only. Seeing none, close the public portion. At this point, can I...
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
You need to take a motion to add...
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right. Can I get a motion to add Resolution 21-90 to tonight's public meeting?
So move.
Second, Faustini?
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, 2190 is on for tonight's meeting. At this point, can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's agenda meeting?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Seeing no reason to delay, we'll go right to the public meeting. Again, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting also being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and published on the borough's website. Ms. Antonides, will you call the roll once more?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga,
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Here.
Councilwoman Mott. Here. Councilman Smith,
Here.
Councilman Bullock,
Here.
and Council President White.
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilwoman Mott. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And justice for all. Lord, we ask you guide our governing body to make the best possible decisions on behalf of our residents, and that you keep our residents, employees, our families, and our friends safe and healthy. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, we'll once again open up for public comments on agenda items only. Okay. Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of February 1st, 2021 agenda and public?
So move.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Wolak, seconded by Councilwoman Mott. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll, please?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith, Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
and Council President White.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. For final adoption, ordinance 2192.
Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Borough of South Plainfield in the County of Middlesex, New Jersey, appropriating $700,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $665,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2192?
So move.
So moved, Benjavanga.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. As this is for final approval, first of all, are there council comments regarding the final adoption of ordinance 2192?
Nothing, Mayor?
Seeing none, at this point, we'll open it up for public comments regarding the final adoption of ordinance 2192. Again, *6 to unmute yourself on the WebEx. State your name, wait till you're recognized, proceed with your address and question. Seeing none, close the public portion. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll on 2192?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
Council President White.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2193.
Ordinance that amends ordinance 2167 that provides for the compensation of employees of the Borough of South Plainfield and the method of such compensation for the years 2020 through 2023 for non-union professionals and governing body to now include pool administrator.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2193?
Motion?
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Council President White. Again, as this is for final adoption, we'll open it up for public comments regarding the final adoption of ordinance 2193. Seeing none, close the public portion. Council comments regarding the adoption of ordinance 2193? Hearing none. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
Council President White.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. We have a request to separate Resolution 21-80. Are there any other requests to separate any of the resolutions?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to separate 2187, please.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Can I get a motion for resolutions 21-76 through 79, 2181 through 86, and 2188 to the DPW promotion added tonight, 2190?
So move.
Second?
Motion by Councilman White, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
and Council President White.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for resolution 21-80?
So move.
Second, Smith.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Smith. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll for 21-80?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Recused, I work at a local healthcare facility.
and Council President White.
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Thank you. Can I also get a motion for resolution 21-87?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Council President White. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
I recuse as I'm an advisor to that lodge.
and Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
and Council President White.
Yes.
That passes 5-0.
Thank you. We have a couple of items on for correspondence tonight. 3, Recycling Monthly Report for December 2020, Board of Health Monthly Report for January, and the Environmental Commission Minutes for December 9th. Can I get a motion for the correspondence?
So move.
Motion, Wallach.
Second, Smith.
Motion by Councilman Wolock, seconded by Councilman Smith. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
Council President White.
Yes.
And that passes 6-0.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for payment of the bills of $243,547.30?
So move.
Motion by Council President White,
Second?
second by Councilwoman Faustini. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga,
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott. Yes. Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Bullock,
Yes.
and Council President White.
Yes.
And that passes 6-0.
Thank you. Mr. Rizzo, anything for us tonight?
No, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. I'd like to say thanks for the 2 hires that we have tonight. We have a new laborer and a new head mechanic that we'll be bringing on staff. As you're probably aware, Scott Smith, a mechanic who's run that garage for about 10 years very well and has done a good job for the borough. I'd like to thank him. He's moving on down to Florida, so I wish him the best down there. He has been very professional in his leaving. He gave us over a month's notice, and he's been very helpful in reviewing the applications and in the interview process. So I think we're going to have a smooth transition. Our new mechanic will be able to start next week and be able to work a few days while Scott's still here. So I'm looking forward to a smooth transition and moving forward with our new staff with that progress.
Great news, Mr. Miller. Ms. Antonides.
Yes, I do have one thing this evening, Mr. Mayor. I just want to announce that we will be having an outdoor-only rabies clinic, which will be held on Saturday, May 1st, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and it'll be held outside of the DPW garage. and we will be doing licensing that day as well as the rabies, shot.
Excellent. I'm sure the pet owning public, is happy. It's good news. Thank you. Councilman Wallach.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Mott.
Progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Smith.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have, talked to Mr. Bucko and Mr. Miller about the stormwater, retention that the state has put down for us, that we have to have this done by March. So a resolution is being written for us to review, hopefully for our next meeting in March to do so. And with that, progress.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Benjavenga.
Progress, Mr.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Faustini.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to wish everyone safe and healthy times. I hear there is a little bit more crazy weather on the way. And while you're home, please check out the South Plainfield Cultural Arts Commission page. We have a couple things to keep you busy from home. We're sponsoring a Black History Trivia Night coming up. There is the photo contest going on that you can participate in and vote on. And there also is a kindness quilt project going on where you can sign up to get a square. I actually did. I don't know if everybody can kind of see. I went out yesterday and my daughter Ava did it. The committee will drop off one of these squares and you can put on it whatever message you like. Ava did Little Shop of Horrors, which I think maybe she missed the message, but there's examples of different things that you can do to spread the message of kindness and hand it in, and the committee is going to put together a virtual quilt. And if you're a senior, please check out the Senior Center page on Facebook as well. We have some drive-by events going on there, a birthday, and then there will be a St. Patrick's Day event too, and shout out to the staff for a great job on the Valentine's Day drive-by they just had. The seniors were very appreciative. And with that, progress.
Excellent. Thank you. Council President.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Progress this evening. For those of you who,
Somebody please check to see if it's snowing outside.
Not
I'm
yet.
feeling fine, no temperature, no fever. I'm good.
Excellent. All right.
Progress. Thank you, Mayor.
Progress. So just a couple things. So we did report 13 additional cases of COVID-19 today. That brings our pandemic to date numbers to, I think, 2,177. Our 3-day and 7-day averages are right at 9 cases. So over the last several weeks, we are trending down, but not severely down. So we're still seeing the cases on there. The Mayor's Wellness Committee has met, and thanks to Scott Carey, who's one of the members, and also Debbie Boyle, we were able to get a virtual event scheduled, just as I had spoken about during our reorg meeting. So the virtual meeting is going to be labeled as a workshop maintaining emotional health and well-being during COVID-19. It's going to be led by Dr. Stephanie Marcello. She's a PhD at Rutgers University Behavioral Health Care. And as we mentioned, she's going to be focusing on the maintaining emotional health for yourself and family during COVID-19 pandemic. So that is going to be on February 25th, I believe? Yes, Thursday, February 25th at 7 p.m. If you're on this meeting, you're in the right spot. It's going to be the exact same meeting number and link that we use for the Borough Council meetings. And I know that I think the newspapers are already in a press release has been sent to the newspaper, so hopefully you'll see more from the local newspapers. And then there is also a Facebook event that's been put up on the borough's Facebook page where you can look at additional information on there. So again, it's I know we still got a number of months left here, so we've come a long way. We're almost at the 1 year mark, but I think depending on who you talk to, we've got a number of months still to go before we get to whatever, back to normal, back to the new normal, whatever you want to call it. On good news, as we've mentioned several times, is that we have seen several vaccines approved for use. Middlesex County has a number of county-run sites. We did put in for some South Plainfield locations. Unfortunately, they did not find a need for those sites here in town. They do have a number of county sites that are out there, and one of them is neighboring Piscataway. So I'm sure most likely the reason why our locations were not chosen. And then on top of that, you have some of the state mega sites, and I guess the biggest one in this area being Raritan Center. In addition to that, sponsored by the federal government, you should have seen news come out regarding their programs where now they're extending those to pharmacies. Again, there's only a couple of thousand doses that are going out through the countywide, so even though there's been a push from the administration, presidential Biden administration, to increase the number of vaccinations, and we have seen some news reports come out that they've been able to buy additional vaccines. I think that's still going to be a little bit slower getting to the state and to the county. So if you're paying attention to any of Governor Murphy's press conferences, he's been talking about that a lot. And again, it's the same thing in the area. So what I would recommend any of our residents to do and any of us to do, if you haven't gotten a shot already, well, number one, if you haven't registered, register on the state site. That link is out on the borough website. It's also been on Facebook. We will repost that. And then you have to be diligent in trying to get an appointment. And depending on where you are and where you're successful. Oops. Hold on. I'll be right back. We lost connection.
Everybody's wondering what happened. You know what? Hold on, let me see if I can turn on my audio and say something maybe.
What the heck?
Yeah, let me see if I can get on the internet and I'll, Can you all hear me?
Doesn't look like it.
No. I was trying to see if I could, oh,
All right, I'm going to switch to.
You could type something in the chat.
there is no chat.
Hey,
the
Amy, can you
the
hear us
phone went
now?
out. The phone went out, so Matt's trying to redial.
We should be back on. Can you hear us, Amy? Okay.
I can barely hear that.
Yeah, I can barely hear. Can you guys turn up your volume? Okay. Well, again, as I was saying, we just encourage you to leverage the state and county sites, and then also as more of these pharmacies come online, that is another opportunity to use. So at this point, we are going to open it up for public comments. Do you guys have your volume up?
I'm going to connect
Mine's all the way
audio.
up.
Okay.
Mine's all the way up.
Let me just try and dial back in one more time.
Okay, I'm connecting to audio. Maybe we can use that if it works.
Yeah, sorry, we lost connection.
If you connect to the internet audio, though, you're gonna
Just
get-
hold on with us for 1 second.
Yeah, it says connecting to audio. Amy, can you say something, see if we could hear you?
Yeah.
It's very low, but if we don't get in, we'll listen very clearly. Thank you. Very closely.
We're in.
Welcome to Web.
I think we're in. Thanks. I'm muted.
Enter your attendee ID.
Okay, we're back. So I guess that was my warning that I went on too long. So, point taken. All All right, you can kill that now. All right, so at this point, I think we've covered everything. Again, the Mayor's Wellness Virtual Event for February 25th, 7 p.m. It'll be on this WebEx location, so we encourage you to join. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments, anything on your mind. Again, if you're on the WebEx meeting, you can use the raise your hand functionality on your lower right-hand side. If you can also just take yourself off mute and state your name once you are recognized by the Borough Clerk, provide your address, and then proceed with your question. If you're on the dial-in only line, *6 will unmute your line. Again, at that point, you can state your name. Once you are recognized, proceed with your address, and then state your question. At this point, we'll open it up for public comments, anything on your mind.
Mrs. Boyle has her hand up.
Oh, Mrs. Boyle has her real hand up. Yes, Debbie, floor is yours.
All right, I want to say thoughts and prayers to the Teller family who have been longtime residents here. On the passing of Donna's husband, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Also for the social, emotional, mental health, there'll be a 20-minute presentation and then a 10-minute Q&A. So people can ask questions about the mental, emotional health. Also, this is our quilt piece. It's superheroes, bring hope for the future. My little guys did this.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
It's very cool. It's not hard. It's a very thin board. So hopefully we'll have till tomorrow to sign up.
Yeah, nice to see the kids doing it, right? Yeah.
Also, thank you for the resolution for the elk. We're going to do like a vendor day. So thank you for passing that. And with that progress.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Anyone else? Help me out here if anybody sees any virtual hands going up or
No,
anything
I
like
don't
that.
see. I don't see any.
I see Councilman Wallach's hand up.
That's fake.
Councilman Wallach, do you have something to say? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Anyone else? Going once, twice, 3 times. Okay, at this point, we'll close the public portion. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
So move.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Smith.
An
All in favor?
enthusiastic Councilman Smith.
Anyone opposed? We are adjourned. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Be safe, everyone.
Take care. We're disconnected.
You turn that.
You know, I